And I am your favorite Ang in the net. So it's been a minute since we talk. So we'll check up a little bit of sports update and see what's been happening in the world of sports. So we know sports unite the world. Sport breaks the racial line. Sport don't see no color. So sport is one thing that's actually bring people together. So here we talk about sport. So what you're trying to do, you're trying to bring people together because that's what sports does. So, and that's exactly what this channel is about. So we don't see no color, we don't see no race. We just a people having a good time. So let's get right to it. Football news. First of all, today there's a match. Betway Premiership, two Betway Premiership matches. The first match is Durban City is playing TS Galaxy at home in Durban, and also Magesi is hosting a Durban side, which is a Golden Arrows. So two Durban side, two teams from KZN basically are playing. One is playing Magesi, and the other is playing ETS Galaxy. Fortunately, Durban City is playing at home. So that game is going to start any minute now. Probably I will watch that game while we are busy engaging in these sessions. But yeah, welcome everybody. This is C4 on Sport. Now, without further ado, let's check what might happen between Durban City and TS Galaxy. Durban City playing at home with a new coach. I've watched their last two games, I think. They are not as cohesive as I want them to be. I know Durban City players are very, very talented. Those are cream of the crops type of players, and they can do more. So I want to actually see more as far as the synergy and the cohesion of the team is concerned. But other than that, if they can actually get that right, and actually every man for another, or play as a team, basically, I think they will actually go back to winning ways, which is what they've been doing beginning of the season. Shadow, what's good, bro? Welcome to Nevertheless Commentaries. I hope you're doing good, bro. Cause I'm alright. Are you reading chats? Yes, I do read chats, bro. While I'm actually giving out the news, I also read the chats, so it's good for engagement. I can't read your name, bro, but you said $1,000. That would be very, very awesome if you can actually donate $1,000. But unfortunately, you didn't do it. So I think it's a thought that counts. Maybe I should say that. It's a thought that counts. But thank you. You have a question? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Shado. What's your question? Now, as I've said, that Durban City is playing actually in next 55 minutes. They're playing TS Galaxy at home. So they also announced departure of another coach. Sinetemba Badela leaves the club. How did I not see that? Ronaldo Messi, Ronaldo all day, bro. Ronaldo all day, every day. So I'm a Ronaldo fan, bro. All day, every day. So Durban City announces the departure of another coach as Sinetemba Badela leave the club. I wonder what happened. Now, Durban City have parted ways with the coach in December Badela just 3 games into his tenure. The club confirmed on Monday. Ronaldo the coach, that's correct. So Badela short stayed, including a league win over Polokwane City 1-0, and a defeat of Chippa United with 2-0. The side also advanced into the last 16 of the Nedbank Cup after a penalty shootout win over Chippa United on Friday, following a 0-0 draw. Now, Durban City insists results were not a factor, but rather Badela's pace of implementing his plan for the club were not compatible with the team management. Actually, I think that's what I've said. As I was talking about the game that they are playing today, Durban City versus TS Galaxy, I've said that the team is not playing as a team, and the cohesion is not there as far as their play is concerned. But they are very, very talented. That is the Durban City players. So, but 3 games, I don't think you can actually make a judgment that his plan was not compatible with the team. It's only 3 games. It's been only 3 games. He won 1, drew 1, and actually lost 1. So it's 33.3%. Probably if they gave him at least 5 games, I would have understood their claims. But it's only been 3 games. So Durban City confirms that the club has mutually agreed to part ways with the head coach Sentemba Badela with the immediate effect. City said in the statement the decision is not a reflection of a match result, okay, nor does it detract from the professionalism, dedication, and the commitment demonstrated by Coach Badela during his tenure. The club acknowledges that and sincerely appreciate his contribution, particularly his role in the introduction or in introducing a modern football philosophy and cultivating a strong, value-driven culture within the squad. His approach was aligned with the club's long-term vision and development objective. So I thought they was going to give him some time. Coach Badela, I think he's a good coach, but 3 games actually it wasn't enough to actually say that he has failed to impress. Since he's introducing a modern football to Durban City, we know Durban City has been playing that kind of football since way back by the times of Coach Fadlu Davids, while they were still called Maritzburg United. Now they've since changed to Durban City, and I think Ubadela was actually bringing back the glory days of Maritzburg United, but I think they don't have much time to actually see the fruition of what he was trying to implement with the game. But there was no cohesion on the team. You could see that things are not yet have come together. But I was hoping that in a long run, or given a time or a chance, something good was going to happen. So Badela had replaced Kevin Hunt, who was exited in December, despite guiding the promoted side into the top half of the table. He has since joined Stellenbosch. Badela also had a 2-game stay in charge of Chippa United at the start of the season. He was also formerly assistant coach Ururani Mukwena at Casablanca. Probably he needs to actually reunite with the coach Rulani Mukwena at MCLG. Speaking about Coach Rulani, Emmanuel Sanders is playing MCLG tomorrow. I think it's at Lostaf Festival Stadium. I'm hoping, because we all know that Coach Rulani actually was ex-Tetimamulu Sundowns, and they brought in Coach Miguel Cardoso on a sense that Coach Miguel Cardoso is a championship coach, and Rulani was not. So tomorrow they are playing on a CAF on the CAF Champions League group stages. It's a win. It's a must-win type of a game. So I want to see who is a championship coach between Coach Rulani Mukwena and also Coach Miguel Cardoso, because it's a do-or-die type of a situation. It's Coach Rulani versus Coach Miguel Cardoso in Mamelodi Sundowns, and also Coach Rulani in MCLJ, who is a former Mamelodi Sundowns coach. So I am yet to see what's going to actually go down in that game. Unfortunately, that game is playing on the same time as the Orlando Pirates. So I am a Pirate fan, so I'm watching Orlando Pirates anyway. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get thriller of a performance of a game, but it's a well anticipated game. I think there's a little bit of a beef, if you ask me. But we will see what happens as far as that game is concerned. Now, our first news was about Durban City and the departure of Coach Badela, leaving Mamelodi Sundowns. So let's move right along. Chippa United confirmed the exit of Nigerian goalkeeper Stedin Nabali. We actually, everybody knows about that in South Africa. After the AFCON, Stedin Nabali came back to South Africa and actually asked to be released from Chippa United. I think right now he's a free agent without a team, but rumors said that he has actually said that he's available for services should any team in South Africa want his services. So we will see what's going to happen as far as that is concerned. Moving right along, Betway Premiership new low for goal scoring this season with shocking statistics. That is, let's just hurry. Kills presence. Worry kills peace. Doubt kills faith. Ego kills love. Now read it backwards. Ego kills love. Doubt kills faith. Worry kills peace. Hurry kills presence. Love kills ego. Faith kills doubt. Peace kills worry. Presence kills Harry, what's good? What's good? What's good? Johnny, what's good? Johnny, you always come up with some mind. I'm looking for a correct English way actually to describe what you always come here and do with all your standards and everything that will actually shake up one's thoughts. But thank you for that, Johnny. If you actually read it from, yes, sir, you're the best. Shedu, thank you, Shedu. Harry kills presence, presence kills Harry. Worry kills peace, peace kills worry. Doubt kills faith, faith kills doubts. Ego kills love, love kills ego. Thank you for that, Johnny. Thank you for that, John. How you been, bro? How you been? How you been? How you been? Now, it seems like every season we speak about the new low in the goal scoring stakes in the Premiership, but we are once again heading in a downward trajectory this campaign. The league recently reached the halfway mark with 120 games out of 240 in a season, and at that point, there were only 229 goals scored. That is the lowest at the midway point of the Premiership game. A further erosion of the product when the league around the world are on our television screens offer much more value for fans in that regard. Now, 9 games on from that, and there have been only 248 games, 248 goals, in 219 matches at an average of 1.92 goals per game. Again, the lowest average ever recorded in the Premiership South Africa. Shockingly, 11 of the 16 clubs in the top flight are averaging a single goal per game or less, with Mamelodi Sundowns with 1.6, Orlando Pirates 1.47, Lamon Vilcon Arrows 1.3 goals per game, TS Galaxy 1.29 goals per game, Mamelodi Sundowns 1.18, above the threshold. Even the fourth place Kaizer Chiefs only scored 15 goals in 15 games, and fifth place Sekhukhune scored 17 goals in 17 matches. That's accounts to a goal per match. So the rest of the teams actually scores lesser goals in a game per game. Now, the worst offenders are Siwelele with 1 goal, with only 9 goals, and scored in 16 games, a record of 0.58 goals per game, followed closely by Chippa United with 10 goals in 17 games, with a record of 0.59 goals per game. Compare this football product to the leading leagues in the world. South Africa ranks well behind. The Bundesliga is averaging at 3.18 goals per game this season, while League One in France 2.8 goals per game. English Premiership 2.79 are second and third. The Spanish League or Spanish La Liga has 2.63 goals per game, and Italian Serie A is 2.42 goals per game. Now, the lifeblood of football is scoring goals. That's correct, and it is what makes the sport attractive to the fans. And if you take that away, they will in time switch off. Now, it does not help the South African context when the clubs frequently sold and disappear into nothing, eroding sentiment and loyalty at the same time. Now, 6. Orlando Pirates 2025-2026 represent the 6th time in the PSL history a team has conceded 5 or fewer goals halfway through the season. Kaizer Chiefs hold that record, conceding twice at this stage in 2003-2004 league. Check out the World Cup points and the table, please. We'll get to that, Johnny. We'll get to cricket table in a minute. Now, I think that's very, very disappointing to see actually if we are averaging at 1 point, what they said, if the league is averaging at 1.92 goals per game, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But I'm hoping that as the league progresses, maybe some things will change. But for now, that's where it's at. For now. Now, moving right along. Skip the football. Shama and Suhaib hit half centuries to rescue victory for UAE against Canada. Zimbabwe pulls off a stunning upset against depleted Australia in T20 World. Oh, that unexpected. Let me check it out. That's very, very unexpected. Now, Zimbabwe pulled a stunning upset against the depleted Australia at T20 World Cup. Zimbabwe beat a depleted Australia by 23 runs on Friday in Colombo to pull off the biggest shock of the T20 World Cup so far. After posting 169 for 2 in 20 overs, thanks to mainly the Brian Bennett Classic 64 not out, Zimbabwe had Australia 29 for 4 before dismissing them in 146 in 19.3 overs. The Zimbabweans, ranked 11th, were always in control against their second-ranked opponents in the Group B, and at our Premadasa Stadium, after opening bowlers Blessing Muzarabani and Brett Evans ripped out Australia's top order. There were sensational scenes at the venue as a group of Zimbabwe fans dressed in a team jersey celebrated with a win, a traditional dance. Muzarabani was picked off the ball, was finished with 4 for 17. Australia retained hope of a rear guard victory when Glenn Maxwell and Matt Renshaw put on 77 for the 5th wicket. But once that part-time leg spinner Rand Bell induced one of the short game's great player Maxwell to drag one of his stump for 31, they were never in a hunt to tumble from 106 for 4 to 146 all out. Opening batsman Bennett's unbeaten 64 of 56 balls was an exercise in controlled aggression, as he rarely went the aerial route and found the boundary 7 times. It was 22 years old, 10th half-century T20 international. A perfect 2 from 2 records for Zimbabwe against Australia in T20 World Cup matches. Now, that's very, very surprising. Very, very surprising that actually what happened. Now, Bennett and Ryan Bell put on for the second wicket a record stand for Zimbabwe at T20 World Cup Cups after an opening stand for 61 with Tati Wanashe Marumani. Zimbabwe thrashed Oman in their opener. Australia beat Ireland Wednesday, but with the matches to come against the coast, Sri Lanka and Oman, another defeat could see them only playing home after the group stage. That would be a surprise. Now, without their captain Mitchell Marsh for the second match, and the previous ruled-out pace spearheads Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood, Australia's campaign in the 20 nation tournament is in danger of falling apart at the first hurdle. Now, the former champions were left with more to worry about, as Marcus Stoinis was struck on his left palm attempting a return catch halfway through his third over. Now, the all-rounder was accompanied off the field in a pain and did not come out to bat, but scored only 6. Now, one bright spot was power bat Tim David being named in the team, however, after missing the Ireland win, but he made a 2-ball duck in the first game since suffering a hamstring injury in the Big Bash League. Ireland captain Sterling ruled out of the rest of the T20 World Cup with a knee ligament damage. Nathan Ellis stars as Australia begins T20 World Cup with 67 runs over Ireland. Actually, I think we've already checked that out. Now, let's go straight to the T20 World Cup. Now, the top news is Sharma and Sohaib hit half-centuries to rescue the victory for UAE against Canada. I think that's impressive. And also, Ireland captain Sterling, we also spoken about that. Italy took a future of countries' cricket after the T20 World Cup success over Nepal. Something happening outside. Okay, it's not in my yard, it's my next door. Now, Let's check what's up with Italy. Pronto buongiorno. Italy have ambitions of hosting top-class cricket from Rome to Milan and Bologna after a historic and emotional first T20 World Cup victory. The lowest-ranked side in the 20-team tournament hammered Nepal by 10 wickets on Thursday at Mumbai Wankhede Stadium. The win in just their second match at their debut T20 World Cup left some of the Italy players in tears of joy. Brothers Justin and Anthony Mosca, who hailed from Sydney, powered the team chase of 124 to achieve a famous triumph with more than 7 overs to spare. That's incredible. Now, none of the Italy team was born in this country, far better known for its football and its cricket. But the victory meant everything for them, and after hitting the winning runs, the 34-year-old Anthony raised his arm to the sky, roared, and shed tears. I don't think you'll see many players cry on the field after a win in a group stages. Standing captain Harry Manetti said, I think you've got to appreciate what Italy cricket is bringing to the game. Understand that the passion is slightly different with the Italians. We will bring that everywhere we go, no matter the level of the tournament or the level of the opposition. Now, that is history made by Italy. They secured a country's first victory ever in T20 World Cup win with a brilliant chase against Nepal. Now, we're moving right along. Yesterday, Moscow brothers led Italy. Okay, we've talked about that, the Moscow brothers. Sri Lanka trio deliver half century as 2014 champions thrash Oman at T20 World Cup. It also happened yesterday. Now I'm trying to find the table of the T20. Unfortunately, I can't find it here. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it should be there. That means Fresco is actually failing us if they don't have it. But it's not there. I've checked again and again. And again, they have news. They do have news, but nothing of the tournament. Nothing about the table. Okay, let's move right along. Boxing. What's happening in the world of boxing? Why can't you see boxing? Why can't you have boxing here? Boxing. You don't have. Okay, I'd have to check boxing somewhere else. Okay, let's go with soccer news. Check the World Cup points table, please. I've tried, Johnny. I've tried. The table isn't available, but I'll check it out again on some other platforms because Fresco doesn't have that. So let me finish what I'm doing here and then recheck it again. Sweden starts Nations League campaign at home, but end with a tough trip to Poland. Now, huge few days looms for Orlando Pirates in the Betway Premiership title race. Now, the next week could be pivotal in the Betway Premiership title races. Orlando Pirates have 2 matches that could shape their season. This is old news. 11 hours ago, it's not all news. Here is a look of 5 games in the league this week. And Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, and Stellenbosch all in CAF inter-club action. Crucial few days loom for Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates will hope to move 6 points clear at the top of the Betway Premiership when they host a struggling Morumo Gallants. That's tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And in what could be a decisive few days in a title race. With the Buccaneers hosting Mamelodi Sundowns next Wednesday, it opens the possibility they could move 9 points clear albeit having played a game more, which will be a huge and perhaps an insurmountable advantage. Now we'll see what happens. But they have work to do before that, starting with the visit of the Gallants, who they have found a tough customer in recent times. Pirates won 1-0 in Kaleng Knockouts final in December, but Gallants have won 2 of their last 4 meetings and were in fact the last team to beat the Soweto club in domestic action back in August. They came from a goal down to win with a 2-1. It should be said that both Gallants wins were home, and their record in Orlando's rates played 6, lost 5 and drawn 1, so they don't have a good record playing Orlando Pirates at Orlando Stadium, which has now become I think the Orlando Amstel Arena. Now, since they lost to Gallants, Pirates have played 21 games and won 17, drawn 4 in a domestic football. From that has seen them lift both MTN 8 and Kaleng Knockout trophies and got 3 points clear at the top of the league. Gallants have lost their last 5 games in all competitions without scoring a goal, which must leave their 20-year-old French called Alexander Lafitte on the brink. I think Alexander Lafitte is a good coach. I've seen how Maromo Gallants played. Maybe it's a matter of the fact that Maromo Gallants has also lost some of the key players, 2 of which they lost to Orlando Pirates with that Zimbabwean boy. What the name of the Zimbabwean boy who's signed by Orlando Pirates? What's his name? I forgot his name. And their central defender, their left center back, which looks like a player that's going to replace Mbegezile Mbokazi. I think the boy is good. He's comfortable on the ball. He has great awareness. I think he's going to be a great asset and a great addition at that back four of the Orlando Pirates. But we'll see as the time progresses what Coach Abdeslam Wadou will opt for. Should it be him playing with Usiema, or will be Upodlela, our captain, who will actually be paired up with Usiema after the departure of Mbegezile Mbokazi. Now, back-to-back win for Chippa in the league have seen them a move out of the relegation zone as they prepare to host Richards Bay in East London. Chippa's change in fortune has been built on the back of a solid defense, having kept 5 clean sheets in a row and conceded only once in 7 games, with 3 0-0 draws in their last 5 games. It could come down to whether they can nick a goal at the end or not. Now, Richards Bay are unbeaten in 5, win 1, drew 4, and until recently really battled for goals, but have scored 5 in their last 2 games. This one probably has draw with written all over it through history suggested, although history suggested not. Richards Bay have won their last 2 meetings, including 4-1 win in the Kaleng knockout in October, but Chippa have had a run for 4 wins in a row before that. Now, with 1 draw between those streaks, Richards Bay have also never won at Chippa, with 4 defeats and a draw in their 5 previous visits. Now, Sekhukhune Target 3rd. Sekhukhune United are still tenuously in a championship challenge, but more likely fighting for a CAF Champions League place in the next season as they host a struggling Orbit College on Sunday. Now, victory will take Tinkler's side 3rd in the table after they put behind them a poor run of form to win back-to-back matches, albeit the second of those in the Nedbank Cup against second-tier Highbury FC. Now, they come up against the Orbit side in a dire form, having lost 6 of their last 7 games, drawn 1, and without a win since early November. Now, Orbit have played 9 away games in all competition this season and have lost 7 of them. Win 1, drew 1. Their only victory at Richards Bay and Sekhukhune were 3-0 winners in the reverse feature in August. Now, Golden Arrows seek away day tonic. Now, bottom side Magis FC are desperate for a win to end a wretched run of form that sees them winless in 7 games, drawn 3 and lost 4 since the middle of October, as they will come Lamontville Golden Arrows. Now, the latter are coming from a 3-0 win over Open College in Nedbank Cup. But before that, their form was dire with no wins in 6 games, which saw them draw 2 and lose 4. Though Coach Mangoba Mngiti might say performances were better than the results suggest, which is correct, Magesi are 3 points adrift at the bottom of the table and have appointed Elan Fries as the coach. Following the axing of John Maduga, they will hope for a new coach to bounce. In truth, their squad is limited and there is no easy fix. It's going to be very, very difficult for Coach Alan Fries to face that team, Colin Arrows from Umangoba Mngisi, because all Colin Arrows, they are very aggressive. They are very good at keeping a position. They always seek to dominate games, and their front three are on fire. They score goals left, right, and center. I think they are amongst the top 3 best scoring team in South Africa currently. So it's going to be a mountain to climb for Coach Alan Fries with the Magesi FC. Now, Golden Arrows need a few wins themselves to pull away from the relegation zone in what has been an inconsistent season. Now, they have not won away since March 2025, a run of 14 games, drawn 5, lost 9 since a 1-0 victory over Polokwane City. The 3 previous meetings have been a side have always produced a winner, with Magesi leading a head-to-head 2-1. Now, top 8 ambitions. We're looking at Durban City, who fired a coach in the midweek when December. Padela left the club with his assistant Pito Lala to lead the team in the interim. Now, Pito Lala, I think he coached them at the Motsepe Foundation. And I think he's the coach who actually saw them. No, maybe I'm lying. Let me read. They will come to this Galaxy on Friday night, which is in the next 30 minutes. A side who tends to blow hot and cold, but they are a match for anyone. Just a point separates the side in the tables 6th and 7th respectively, which shows they have both a solid season to date, with the top 8 place and possible CAF qualifications the aim in the second half. Now, Galaxy have battled outside of Mpumalanga of the late with no wins on the road. In 5, they drawn 1 and actually lost 4 games. While Durban City have been strong at home with 6 wins and 2 draws in 10 matches. On their patch in all competition this season, only Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates have come to Durban and actually won this campaign. Now, City have won previous 2 clashes between these sides, which includes the Nedbank Cup win last term when they campaigned in their second tier. Now, Nedbank Cup, Orlando Pirates beat CTM, but the top 5 club fall to a second tier, Uppington. Now, that's the draw of a last 16 with Nedbank Cup championship. Now, we are yet to see. That's actually will be played, I think, in weeks to come. So there's no rush as far as that is concerned. Now, I think I'll need to actually end it here for our stream today as far as the sports is concerned. I thank everybody who actually came and tuned into our stream. I'm your host, of Sport, your favorite Ang on the net, the Black Italian himself. From me to you, I'm saying a pronto piacere, a pronto piacere. I will see you tomorrow. We are witnessing a game live of Orlando Pirates versus Magesi United, and later we would see Kaizer Chiefs versus Zamalek. So we'll watch 2 games at stream for 6 hours tomorrow, from 2:30 to 9. Is that 6 hours? 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. I'll stream for 7 hours tomorrow from 2:30 p.m. Joshua Teraport, what's good? Joshua, what's good? It's been a minute since I've seen you. I'll be doing good. I hope at school everything is alright, bro. I hope everything in school is alright. Goeiemiddag. See you. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. You can check out our content. We do a lot of sports analysis. I haven't checked boxing in a while, but I think I need to check the recent fight and actually have my analysis on those matches as well. We've been too focusing on football as for late and having done much as far as boxing is concerned. But I'm okay, I'm good. I hope everybody also is good. And thank you for your subscribers. We are above 1,000 subscribers. I am hoping that by the end of the weekend, we will reach at least 2,500 subscribers. So by the end of the month, which is February, my goal is to hit at least 4,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I believe in y'all because y'all been supporting me from the first until today. So you've been so good to us, and we've been growing steady and steady and steady. But you see the progress. I'm hoping that it's a dream. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I want to make sure that by the end of this month, which is in next 2 weeks and couple of days, to at least reach 4,000 subscribers. Let's hope that's going to happen. But we will see Amapagani, Amasandawana, Amakosa, what are they going to do, and also the cricket lovers and also the boxing lovers and everybody who loves what I do here. So thank you, everybody. From me to you, I am saying pronto, a pronto, a pronto, a pronto, piacere. I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.